Morning world, welcome to, is it morning still? It's 20 minutes of morning left. It's Thursday 3rd of March and Mrs. P has just bought me, I'm in the office, I've been doing office stuff. I'm having a break from office stuff to do a bit of editing stuff because, you know, but somebody very, very kindly sent me some goodies which included them. Can't remember who sent them or even if they gave me their name. So if you did put your name in and you're supposed to mention it, I'm really sorry, but how about that for a Dunkin' bourbon biscuit? What are the chances of me succeeding in consuming this entire meal with, I mean, the biscuit is bigger than the mug. I kid you not. Look at that. I couldn't actually, if I dunked it, yeah. Well, you have to be a bit careful with this, I reckon. So, but thank you very much indeed. Not sure if I'm going to want a lot of lunch after this, but I reckon Cornock will be green with envy because I've also got, it's not called an Oreo, it's a cream filled thingy biscuit, but it looks just like an Oreo, custard creams and jammy Dodgers, and the best thing of all, on mine, God, this could get messy. How long am I making all this in here for? Longer than usual. Or I feel so naughty. But that is pretty much my favourite state of mind. Not exactly the same as the little tiny bourbons, but it's pretty close. I don't think I'm going to have any coffee left in a minute. I could have biscuits good. I can feel the envy and the disgust. Just while I've got a big mouth. Just thought I'd say it before you did. Right, well I've just come back in to tidy up a few bits and bobs of paperwork. It appears that the tree team have managed to destroy the handbrake on Donkey, which means they've had to go off with Wilf, my defender, which I'm not overly happy about, being as they destroyed the handbrake on their Land Rover. Anyway, unfortunately our fitter is so backed up with vehicles in his yard waiting for parts, he's having trouble getting parts at the moment. He can't actually repair Donkey for, well, until next week at the earliest, which means that the guys they've got to have my Land Rover. I'm not overly impressed or happy with that. So anyway, I've had a little chat with the Funky Farmer just now. He obviously saw the post I put up on Instagram with regard to these biscuits, and it was a case of, I didn't get any of them, I'd like one of them. So basically I said to him, which one do you want? And he has said he wants that one. So I've got to go over to Tillington to do a quote, believe it or not, for his mum. So while I'm over there, I'm going to take Richard a jammy Dodger, which I told him that he's got to eat in front of the boys and see if he actually manages to get all of it himself. That'll be his video if he does it, not mine. So anyway, the jammy Dodger for the Funky Farmer. Right, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. You can go to sleep. 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 He's asleep. Okay, let's go. It's wet out there again, strangely enough. horrible, wet, damp, 11 degrees. Yeah, not much fun for working out in, to be honest. Tree guys are up looking at doing some work for the local town council. It was a job we already had pre-booked, which we were supposed to do about 10 days ago, but Storm Eunice and Frederick kind of pushed them back on the list of jobs. A lot of it is removing squirrel damage from maple trees over a path. The storms have done some of it for us. So some of the bits we were going to go and take out have been literally blown out by the storms. It's one of the things that folks don't really realise, how much damage grey squirrels can actually do. And actually, I wonder if anybody's got a statistic anywhere of how many people are potentially injured every year by the damage that grey squirrels do. At certain times of the year, when there's a bit of sap under the bark, grey squirrels will chew the bark off and literally wring bark, quite thick branches, I mean up to 3-4 inches diameter, take all the bark off just to get to the sweet sap underneath. Thing is, it's nearly always at the top of the tree, very rarely the bottom, and those bits die and invariably they fall. So how many people a year get hit by branches or tops of young trees that get blown out in high winds and storms, all because of the grey squirrel? So I'm no fan of the grey squirrel, you probably already know that. As far as I'm concerned, the country would be better off without them. I know a lot of you think, oh, they're cute and fluffy and whatever else. They're actually evil little devils. You would not want to pick one up. It would not be a cute and cuddly little thing that would like to be petted, unless of course it was brought up by a human or something. It will chew bits off of you if you try to pick one up. It will take chunks out of you. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. It's because it was a path used by only one person, it got pushed down the priority list. That person had to use a different route to get in and out of their house, as in they could use their front door. This was a route out from the back door. It wasn't that important in the grand scheme of things that we had to do. So this should be, at the moment, once we've got this done, the last of our storm damage. We did another call out for the county this morning over in Stroud Woodchester way. I think it was a big hazel, big multi-stemmed hazel tree had come down and literally just completely closed a path. It's taken them, well, it was big, it's taken them the best part of a day. That's partially because of access to it. It wasn't the easiest thing to get to. It was a footpath cycle track. The vehicular access was not great, not impossible, but just not great. We had to get the council to let us in through some bollards to actually get anywhere near it. The guys went pre-equipped because there was some question over whether the council knew where the key was for those bollards. So just in case, the guys took over a set of great big bolt croppers and a new padlock, just in case we had to change the lock. So yeah, it was a blue Spider-Man. Okay. Right, so for me it is now over to Tidrington. I'm going to see my dad, make sure he's okay. I'm going to go and see Mrs. C, and I'm going to go and see Mr. C the Junior. Not Junior, but Junior, because I've got a present for him. Don't do it. Don't do it. He didn't do it. Right, that's just called in to see Father and make sure he's okay, which he is. Next stop, well, just down the road here, give Mr. C his biscuit. He was definitely suffering some biscuit envy earlier, so it's only fair that I share it, I reckon. I say share it, I've only actually given him one. There was 8 big biscuits in there. He's had one's better than none, alright? Could have had none. I've given him one. That sounds wrong, but yes, biscuit. He's getting a biscuit. There he is, I can see him, he's coming up behind me.
Oh, you spoiled me. I'm back
Right, I'll turn this thing off with it. Well, that was a fleeting quick visit. Poor man, he's milking, so he didn't have time to stop and talk to the likes of me, really. So we did have a little bit of a chat, put the world to right, talked about the price of red diesel, heating oil, wheat, fertiliser. So we got all the important bits done out in discussion. But he did say, look, I'm going to have to go, or else Tom's going to shout at me for not helping. Well, I said, that's fair enough, just don't share your biscuit. He did. So, okay, right, well, for me, it's 4:30, back home. Hopefully see the guys before they disappear off from today, find out how they got on. I know they're going to be going back to the site they're on today, tomorrow. It's been a funny couple of weeks. After Storm Eunice and Frederick, we've kind of done none of our booked work. All of our stuff that we were supposed to be doing these last 2 weeks has had to be pushed back. The customers have all understood, they all know that what we do, we carry out call out work. But yeah, these are the beginnings, I think, of some strange times. The cost of living, I think, is certainly going to rocket, and I think trades like mine, which is outside in the garden, are going to be some of the first to maybe get some of the backlash. Oh well. Right, I wonder if we'll see Mr. Cornock's biscuit. He did make me laugh. I'm not going to give away what he's done, but he did something this afternoon. And I don't know, I think he'd probably admit it would come under the heading of stupid things I've done today. Because you may have noticed it, you may not, but the second I looked at it, I said, what have you done? Ah, well, he goes, there's a story there, and I videoed it, so I'm not going to tell you, because he can tell you himself. But I have said I might have to buy him a pair of binoculars for April the 1st.